So while we wait for a puller for the mini engine, by the way, when I'm done with that, I'll link it up here for those who are following that series. Let's move on to my lights, and here's why. My car is an American spec. In other words, it was built to drive on the right-hand side of the road, and here in South Africa, we drive on the left. That means that these beams are set up incorrectly. The other reason I want to do this is because these are getting a little bit worn, they're a little bit faded. We all know the problems that we have seeing at night, and so technology has moved on, and we're going to put some technology in here. Now, I don't like the LED look, so I'm not going to go that far, but we're going to do a little bit of updating. So I'm going to be replacing them with H4s from a Jeep Wrangler from 2009. And by the look of this, that's a Phillips head. This is a flat. Looks like someone's been in here before. The other part of this conversion is that each of these headlights has an adjustment bracket. It's there to help with the angle of the beam. These brackets are not the same, and we can tell by looking at the front covers here, and those adjustment holes are not in the same place. Now, I'm going to have to make sure that my setup is as close to accurate as possible before putting these covers back on, because these covers aren't interchangeable. But that's enough explanation. Let's turn these lights off and let's get started. Wow, this plastic is brittle or painted, or both. There's that shroud. Almost there. You have to be so careful with these. Oh, 30-year-old plastic pieces. And there we have our sealed beam. I'm surprised Porsche used a sealed beam unit for this, but maybe it's the technology of the day. All right, now we have to come here to this bracket, and this bracket is held on by 4 screws. It's actually really simple to get this off. Into 3, up, and 4. And this is what I was referring to. So we've got these 2 layers. Here are our adjustment screws so that we can change the angle of the light. And there, you can see it right there. So quite wide at the bottom, quite tight here on top. Now we have to swap this around. I wonder if they were here before and put this in incorrectly. It's got a screw missing. If we look at that one over there, that one has a plug and this one just has exposed connectors. Okay, well, there's our sealed beam. And if I'm looking at this one, this is a little bit strange. Come take a look here. This one's a little bit worse for wear when comparing to the other one. But the strange thing for me is this right up here. Although there is a hole in the cover to be able to make an adjustment here, this is jammed right up here against the bodywork. And the odd thing about this is that in run-up to doing this, I watched a couple of other videos of people swapping out their lights, and the unit didn't look like this. The setup was a little bit different, much more like what we see on the other side. If you know what's going on, please let me know down in the comment section. Why is this one different to this one? As different as it is, because it's dramatically different. I'm reluctant to make the swap, but I'm going to do it anyway. Before I do that, let's make some adjustments. So for example, this one in its current orientation is going to get the lights to point back into oncoming traffic, and I would rather it pointing straight. Okay. So I've had to make quite a dramatic adjustment. It's going to be interesting to see what it looks like later on this evening. But now it's also time to introduce the H4s. And like I said, I don't like the LED look so much. So what I have done is I've gone ahead and I've bought a cooler color temperature light, so it's not that warm light, which I actually really like, but it just doesn't produce enough light. So I don't know how old these sealed beams are, but these are from 2009, so they're a little bit old. But if we just do a bit of a comparison, we'll see some clear differences. It's a very busy lens here, all these little prisms and so on. It's also got a bit of a different shape, much flatter, much cleaner, and I'm looking forward to seeing what these look like on the car. Now, these are unique, so they don't just fit any which way. They aren't universal, so you must make sure that the brackets are in the correct places. Okay. Once again, magnetic tips. You gotta have them. All right, what do you think? I think I like it. They definitely look clearer, but we'll have to wait until later on to see what they really are able to do in the dark. But so far I like it. Let's get these shrouds on. Come on, man. There we go. And I think we're just about done. But I do have a quick question. These shrouds are looking quite old and worn and weathered, and I'm wondering what options we have available. I'm thinking maybe we can 3D print a couple of new ones, which I think is a good idea. But if you have any ideas on how to perhaps revive this plastic, please leave some comments down below. It's for us, the community, not just for me, but I definitely need it. Also, if you want to hang out for a moment or two longer, I'm going to do some testing later on, and I'll have that footage for you coming up now. If you don't, I'll see you in the next video. And here we have it, and I must say that I'm really pleased with these results. Here's the low beams, and here are the brights or high beams. Yeah, so I'm pretty chuffed with that. That little color shift that we saw, that was just my phone. Well, that's it. I hope yours goes as well as mine has, and I look forward to engaging with you in the comment section below, and I'll see you in the next video.